I was talking with a friend a couple days ago, and I'm like, the world is going to hell in a handbasket, and all I want to do is grow tomatoes. That's it. And she said, you probably could do a video about that. I'm like, yeah, I probably could. So I've been noodling it over for a couple of days because my head is just not, I'm not in the right headspace this month, it seems, which is remarkably unfortunate. Um, if I feel like I'm juggling a whole bunch and I'm kind of waiting for the ball to drop, because I'm not. My stress level has never been lower. It's, yeah, I'm not really. It just feels like it with all of the things that are happening. It's a busy time of year. It's spring. It has been an unusually warm spring in Michigan. And so, I mean, I planted all of my tomatoes and my peppers today a solid week early with no fear of the weather killing them. None at all. I planted all of my beans for green beans. I planted sunflowers. I'm out there. I'm getting her done. You guys saw, I talked about the garden. I planted all those elderberry plants. I started a whole bunch more elderberry plants. I love working outside in the garden, and that's great. But that's not the only thing I can do. I cannot just grow tomatoes. In the world alone, right? They're talking about a conflict in New Caledonia, flooding in Afghanistan, more tensions in the Ukraine, Vietnam's new president nomination, great. China and Australia have new relations, and the assassination attempt on the Slavic prime minister. It just seems like everybody in the world has got their panties in a bunch. And seriously, everybody needs a good smack in the head from their grandmother. Everybody. I mean, here in the U.S., I said 4 years ago, this is not going to end. This is going to last a long time. We're in year 4 now, okay? And based on previous discussions, I believe we've got at least 10 more years of chaos going on. And it just gets scarier. It gets scarier all the time. I mean, the debt ceiling crisis, the election years always suck, right? I mean, more climate change stuff, whether you agree with it, whether you don't, it's not the what's causing it or what we're doing to try to rectify it. It's the fact the climate is changing, and it's a fact, okay? But I also believe that it's kind of a cyclical fact. So, whether you believe it's cow farts or gasoline cars, or if it's, cyclical, which is what I believe. But anyway, the Federal Reserve, oh my gosh, I can't remember the last time I saw silver this high. Closed yesterday at $31.47. Now, 2 years ago, they were talking about, oh, it's going to hit $40, Yeah, well, it didn't. But now it looks like it might actually. When you're looking at all that, when you're looking at all the chaos, when you're looking at just the pure evilness, because everybody believes that everybody has to live exactly the way that they do. I have friends who are having relationship problems. I have friends who genuinely fear for their life. I have friends that have medical issues. I have friends that have financial issues and are wondering how they're going to pay the bills this month. And I know a bunch of you are running into the same exact thing. And I think that's what kind of starts piling on my shoulders. I mean, my shoulders can take quite a bit, but when it starts piling on, even if it's not happening directly to us, because nobody's hurt themselves, okay? So even though it's not happening directly to us, the fact that the people in my life are being impacted negatively gives me great cause and great concern. There's only so much I can do, and I know that. And I just want to go grow tomatoes. While I'm teaching everyone how to can food properly so they don't kill their family, and I'm being hammered by the rebel canners who, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, peace out, whatever. and what they do in different countries. I don't care. I genuinely don't care unless it affects America. I don't care. But it just keeps piling on and piling on. And I realized that my headspace wasn't right these last few weeks, like the entire month of May. I just haven't been in the right headspace, you know? I've been very, just, meh. I wish I could sleep in. I can't. It's physically impossible. But just, okay. You know, I've still got work to do. I have to make physical fitness a priority. I have to plan out our meals accordingly. I need to work. Okay. I need to be in the garden. I need to be in the yard. I need to take care of all the stuff. I need to get ready for the chicks. I need to get ready for the pigs. I need to make sure everybody's happy and healthy and well fed and taken care of. And I need to watch the budget. I need to watch the budget. Yep. And, you know, then I go and I sit in my pantry and I go, I'm okay. I'm okay. We could not have to go get food for like 3 years or so. Seriously. I'm okay. Yeah. But it still gives me great cause and pause for concern. Because there's so many people that just aren't doing that well right now. And I know some of you aren't. And I know things are tough, you know, times are tough and things are hard. And unfortunately, I believe right to my core that we're not at the worst part of it yet. I'm here. I have the Facebook group where everyone can chat and everybody supports each other. I have the videos that I can put up. You know, I have the different things that I can show you guys and we can talk about and all that. And, you know, I'm out in the garden and I'm being physical and I'm working out and I'm doing all the things I can to make myself healthier, because if I'm healthier, I have a better chance against all of the chaos, you know. And some days it's just too darn much and I just want to grow tomatoes. It was suggested that I have this conversation with you, share this with you, so that if you are kind of dealing with the same thing right now, that you know you're not alone, because you're not. I mean, on top of all of that stuff, our oldest grandson is graduating high school tomorrow. And we're going to watch the graduation and, you know, there'll be all that stuff. And part of me is like, oh my gosh, I don't think I own anything other than t-shirts and leggings right now. So I got to figure out what to wear. And the other part of it is, I remember this little dude. And, you know, he was Papa's best friend. And he's my helper in the kitchen. And he's smart. And he's funny. And he's kind. And he's wonderful. And I'm not just saying that because he's my grandson. Because if you ask him if I like kids, he'll tell you no. Okay? Because I always told him, I said, does Grandma like kids? No, Grandma does not like kids. Okay? I am not kid friendly. But I love these boys to death. And he threw us for a loop, I don't know, about a month or so ago and said, I decided what I'm doing when I graduate. I said, okay, what are you going to do? He goes, I'm going to join the Air Force. That was not what I was expecting. Now he is an Eagle Scout, which we are super proud of him for. That's a heck of an accomplishment. And so as an Eagle Scout, I verified with one of our dazers. I'm like, so as an Eagle Scout, you don't go in, you don't enlist as an E1, you actually go in as an E3. So it's like 2 ranks up. Yep. So that's a boost up right there, right? He has no intention of flying airplanes. But when he said he was going into the Air Force, I was like, the world quite literally is a poop show right now. There's not an acre of land in this world that is not in complete chaos right now, in one way or another. And when you think about everything that's going on and the changes that are going to be coming, whether we like it or not, because as Americans, we tend to stick our head in the sand and think, we're great, we're always going to be great, that's just the way it is. And if you've learned anything about BRICS at all, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think that they have the opportunity and the ability, and that we made some significant mistakes, so that we're no longer trustworthy as the quote leading nation, you know. We When it comes to finances and stuff like that, the world doesn't mess around, you know. And we kind of reneged on a deal. And while I understand why we did, it wasn't really good. And the ramifications are probably not going to be very good, because they're building up strength and they're building up power. And it's not just one place, it's a whole bunch. So when you start getting all of this various news coming in at you from everywhere all the time, oh my gosh, you know, and then you're trying to do your day to day, and you're trying to make improvements in your life, and you're trying to make your health better, and you're trying to do all the things to ensure that you are as physically fit, mentally fit, preparedness fit, financially fit as humanly possible, while all of this chaos is hitting the world. And then your grandson goes, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna join the Air Force." You're like, "What?" You know, I'm proud of him. Never misunderstand me. I'm very proud of him. I am also scared. And I don't get scared easy. And I just want to go grow tomatoes. Wherever you are and whatever you're going through, there are other people going through the same, if not worse. There are some people doing better. We're all worried. We're all dealing with a lot on our plates. And we're not alone. And so that is honestly the biggest message today, is that all of the chaos that is happening, all of it, and the uncertainty about any of the tomorrows is just part of life. And sometimes it happens. And with any luck at all, most of us will get through to the other end. And we'll be able to say that we were prepared for some of it. That we took the time, made it a priority, and we were prepared. And that's what I'm hoping that you're doing. Because being prepared, whether you use it or not, being prepared is the best insurance that money can buy. It really is. A prepared pantry, being prepared financially as much as you can, being prepared to amuse yourself instead of going out and spending money, being prepared to learn to make real food as opposed to buying something from Campbell's or Chef Boyardee or whoever. Learning. Keep learning. We need to keep learning. I have so much to learn. My mind is melting. But keep learning, okay? We've got this. We can do this. We can all get through this. We can all support each other. Because this is like the best community ever. And it's going to be okay. My mother always used to say, whatever happens, it's going to be okay. And it will. It may not be exactly what we want, but we'll be okay. And then I can go grow tomatoes. If you want to check out a book that I did a video on a while back, check out this video right here. Kind of explains the cycles that we're in, and might give you a better look at what to expect moving forward. Until next time, everybody, be safe and grow some tomatoes.